Hello, welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to use the GC to record blood alcohol values.
When you come into the lab, you need to be wearing your lab coat fully done up and have your safety glasses on and over your eyes. All of the lab scripts contain COSH and risk assessment information, and you need to have read these before you start working.
To start off, I'm going to open the front of the GC so you can see inside. So we have the injector port where you're going to inject your sample, and this is where it goes onto the column. The column is quite long, it's 25 metres, so you can see that there, and you can see where it goes to the detector, and it goes to an FID detector. So I'm going to shut the front. And you can't open this when the instrument's running. So when you come to the GC, it should say single sample analysis. If it doesn't say that, ask me or one of the technicians and we will get it to the right window. Then on the software, you need to check that it's set to the right method. So it should be blood alcohol analysis and your module name. If it isn't, again ask and we'll put it on the right method for you. So then you put the sample name in. So I'm running the first sample, which is the blank. So I've put blank in. When you put the sample name in, put something that's useful for you. So you can put your blank and your initials, and you can put standard and sample, and you can have sample 1, 2, 3 or sample ABC. You can have spaces when you put file names in for this. So I've put all the information on and it's got correct method. So then you click run, and that's telling the GC what the method is and what the sample is going to be. So it's still got the orange light and it's saying waiting for prep run. You need to press the button that looks a bit like a test tube, and this will then tell you when the GC is ready to inject. So initially it will say prep run, not ready, and you'll have the orange light. Then it'll go to ready and it'll go green like it's just done. Now you can go and get your sample out of the water bath. Don't get your sample out of the water bath until it's ready on the GC. So you're going to put your samples in the water bath. So just put that one in. In the water bath there is a tray. It'll hold all of your samples. It'll hold other people's samples. So make sure you know whereabouts you're putting them in. On your practical sheet it will give you the minimum time you need to have your sample in. And you need to make sure your sample's in for at least this time before you inject it into the GC. It needs a certain amount of time to set up an equilibrium between the alcohols in the solutions and being in the headspace so that you can get a representative concentration. I've got the sample out of the water bath and you may find it's a bit hot, so I'm going to get the syringe. So because you've got to use the syringe to pierce the septum on the vial and on the GC, it's a sharp needle. So you inject into the vial and you want to take only the headspace, so this is the vapour above the liquid, and you want to draw out 200 microlitres. So I've got 200 microlitres. And now I'm going to get ready to inject. So you put your needle in the injection port, and when you're ready you press the plunger and press play, and then take the needle out. And now your run is going. The GC will tell you how long you've got left for the run. So while your sample's running, put your sample back in the water bath, because you want to keep the equilibrium established in case you need to do another injection. If you leave it out on the bench for any amount of time, you'll have to put it back for the full equilibration time. So when your sample is run on the GC, it'll say waiting for prep run and it'll have the orange light on again. and the screen will either have idle or not ready on single sample analysis, and you need to open your data. So to do that, you go to Start Data Analysis if the program is open, or you go to Data Analysis, and then you click on Blood Alcohol. This will bring up all of the samples run on this method, and if you order it by injection time, you can get the most recent sample. So on the data analysis window, you want to click on data selection, and this is where your method is. And as soon as you clicked on that, that will bring up all of the samples that have been run on this method. I order it by injection time, so I can see the most recent sample, and then double click on it, and this will open up your run. Now, this instrument is very clever. It identifies ethanol and propanol for you, and it peak picks it, and it will tell you the retention time and the peak area. So on the software at the bottom, this is chromatogram, and this is where it's showing you ethanol and propanol. And if you look at the numbers, it's telling you the retention time and the peak area, and these are what you need to record. If your chromatogram isn't peak picked, ask me or the demonstrator or one of the technicians, and we can peak pick it for you to give you the area. Now, that's how you do the run for the blank. You just need to repeat your sample and your standards, remembering that standard is what you use to calculate the RF value system, and then you can use that to work out the concentrations of the ethanol in your unknown samples.
Thanks for watching, and if you've any questions, send me an email.